and Rudy, Oscar and Louis, Angel and Michael, Billy and Tabitha, Devin and Chris. For those of you who do end up getting interviewed by these lovely individuals, I will give you a time extension.
Sweet.
The way I would explain tabletop games to a newcomer is you and your buddies get to sit around a table and just have fun. Like, whatever it is, even if you play whatever it is wrong, you're probably going to still have fun with it because your buddies are there. Like, you're usually not playing tabletop games with strangers as you are online. Like, you're not just jumping into a random party and they're just nobody, so it's your experience may vary. They're your friends, so you're going to have fun regardless.
The benefits of playing are you get a good social environment, you make a lot of friends, you get to be really creative, so anybody with a good imagination gets a real kick out of it.
If I can give advice to a new player in a tournament, I think it would be the first thing that my buddies told me. Have fun, mistakes will be made, but just have a hell of a time.
Have fun. Don't be too competitive. Just if you lose, you lose. Don't worry about it.
How long have I been playing tabletop games? Probably, gosh, 6-7 years. I got into it at the end of my senior year of high school, so 6 years or so.
Games about, the same thing. We started off playing little games like Monopoly and Sorry and Trouble and all those, the mass market board games. So we started, so we've been playing for a very long time.
I've been playing for a long time since I was in high school. And then I took a break when I went to college, and then about 5 years ago I came back.
I've been playing tabletop games for as long as I can remember. Like, every Christmas I used to get a copy of Monopoly, and my brother got a copy of Clue, so like, it's been as far back. I've played competitive Pokemon since I was 8, moved into Yu-Gi-Oh! In like middle school, and now I play competitive Magic, so it's been a long time.
The advantages of playing tabletop games, one of course is interaction, communicating with other people, learning new skills, learning new strategies depending on which game you're playing.
I get to meet new people with different backgrounds, different likes, and even though we're so different, we have one thing in common that brings us together, and eventually just build a bond with those people.
How do I feel when I'm playing tabletop games? I love it. It's always a fun most of the time it's a fun experience. It depends on who you're playing with, and it depends on how long you've been playing.
Oh man, stressed. But like a good kind of stressed, at least when I'm playing Magic, because you have to think a lot while playing Magic, and it's just taxing. But it's fun. Like, it's a rewarding sensation at the end of it.
I spend much more than I probably should on games in a month. When a new set releases, I'll probably drop $200 because there's roughly $50 to $100 for the pre-release events, and then another $100 on a box.
Half of the times I gotta call and ask for permission to my wife, and she will usually say, "Do you need it or do you want it?"
Probably around $200 a month, somewhere in that range. If a new Magic set comes out, I'd probably spend like double that. Varies from month to month though, but it's a lot. It's like probably 25% of my monthly income.
One car was $250, and I bought 4, so I spent $1,000 in 4 cards.
My roommate, take one of his stories. He actually had his car stolen, and he's also a Magic player, and he had all his best decks in his car, so whoever stole his car took his car for a joyride and then stole his Magic decks, and he hasn't been able to get back into it.
Board games being a dying culture. Nah, I don't think it can be. Everything can be played on a board game. Like, even tic-tac-toe is technically a board game.
In fact, I think it's a growing culture as opposed to a dying culture. We're seeing a lot more different faces coming into the store, buying board games and stuff. So it's becoming more popular. There's a few NFL teams that actually play them in the locker room.
I have to disagree. There's a lot of people that come in looking for tabletop games, and I've played a lot more since I've been working here, so that's changed my perspective on things.
I wouldn't say it's a dying culture. I just think, like I said, because people call you names, and number one, a lot of these games, they're social games for antisocial people, And once you have society coming at you, calling you weirdo and outcast, it does have an effect on the person. You know, so I don't think it's dying now, but I think more people are hiding from it, afraid to express how they feel because of what society had to say.
Board games affect people. I like to believe it's in a positive manner. Like, I probably wouldn't be as close with my grandma if it weren't for the fact, like, she was there playing Pokemon with us when we were 8. Like, there'd probably be a much bigger divide because, you know, everybody kind of falls away from their grandma over time as they grow up. But it's kept us close.
Because you're actually face to face with people in a board game or in video games. Either you're playing by yourself, or if you're playing online, you're playing with total strangers you've never ever met, and you'll probably never meet again either.
Do the colors in Magic the Gathering represent personality?
I think so.
Definitely think the colors in Magic the Gathering represent personalities.
Indeed.
I hope not.
They have their flavors. So white is like your support color. It's got loyalty and like they build things. And green's just big dumb monsters. Black is like death and like destruction. And red is fire and burning passion. Blue is like really smart intellectual magic. And it's just like, no.